From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. First and 10, Mayfield drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 65 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Mason complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Leopard! Leopard!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now on second down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Over, 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 over. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mason. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to throw now on second and 10. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Detroit!
Following the interception, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass.
Watch him now, Barney!
Play fake. Mayfield. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll set up to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here in some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. false start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans
All right, now,
after
lucky
this.
56. Lucky 56. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
2nd down, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just 1 yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll pitch it out to Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
Gun! 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 Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
first down, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Trucks over him. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll drop the throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Steps, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
All right, here we go. Boom!
On play action, they'll throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun, Mayfield. Being chased out left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll try and run forward without it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 52.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Rhodes. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
We got trips over here. Trips over here.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Now Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Beck. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken in at the 11. Nifty move. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Saints on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Looking to throw. Throw left side, complete to Foster. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Saints on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
3 down. 3 down.
Back to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
No. Check. Patriot.
The give is to Elliott, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Now let's go. 3:19.
They go to Elliott again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Mack. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Hey, we got 3 out. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. 55. Hey, eat. I don't think you got it, son.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the